Okay, we're continuing our typesetting of the production sequence and we're in pretty good shape. So I'm working with our PDF that has the directions and the example. And our next step, since we have a text box, is to put some text in, okay? So our word of advice here, do all the typing first, following the completed example on the next page for this packet. So if you were to type it in, yeah, you have to go from scratch. So if I go back to InDesign and using the type tool and clicking inside of my text box, then we can start typing. InDesign X. Okay, yeah, bag that. So I would much rather go and see if I could copy and paste my text. Okay, so that's the task that we're going to do in this video, and we're also going to set the majority. What is the major text format for as much of the text as possible, and it'll make it easier for us to format the rest. Okay, so if we go scroll down to page 8 in your PDF, then if you opened it in Acrobat Reader, you should be able to click and drag and copy the text. This is what we like, to have selectable text. It doesn't always work perfectly from a PDF. Sometimes from a PDF, the text gets chopped up a little bit, okay, into pieces, and they become little bits and pieces of paragraphs, and there's a paragraph and a paragraph, all, you know, we have to put it back together again like a jigsaw puzzle. Okay, if you're unable to select it and you're using Acrobat Reader, you might be using the hand tool, okay? So these two tools right here, the hand tool to pan around the document, that means that I can click and drag the document up and down to view different parts of it. The selection tool is for text and images, so now I can go and select the text. Now how can I tell that I can select the text? Because if I click and drag any old place, it's not going to do it. Now, the way to be able to also tell if you can select text is to take your pointer tool and hover near, and I don't know if you can see this, is changing the pointer tool into a text cursor tool. Okay, so as I get closer to the text, if it changes into that symbol, we got this. We can select the text. Awesome. So click and drag on just about everything. We really don't need this headline at the bottom here. In fact, I'm just going to, instead of having that production sequence actual size, that's not part of the document. This text is. All right, so once you got it highlighted in Acrobat Reader, copy it, go under Edit, Copy, or use your key commands, Command or Control C. Okay, then we jump back into InDesign, and so sometimes we do get text from things that our clients send to us that's a PDF, and once in a while it doesn't work. It can work. Sometimes you have a little bit of a mess on your hands, so it just depends on what they're sending to you. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. If you use your text tool, or your type tool rather, in InDesign, select that as your tool and click inside of your text frame box, and then we need to paste it. Command or Control V, or in other words, paste. Okay, and this is what we look like here. Okay, incidentally, you saw me kind of scroll over. All right, I don't usually like to do that. If you wanted to use your spacebar key to pan, now you need to not have your type tool where you've selected, or you are your cursor is actually blinking at us, okay, like this. It's blinking at us. As long as I go outside of it, the text box, double click, then I can hold down my space bar key, click and drag, and I'm not like adding all these spaces, okay? So one word to the wise. So if you get to copy and paste this, fantastic. Now one thing that I have turned on here, and if you don't have this turned on, you want to show hidden characters, because it may look like this without the hidden characters. Go ahead and go under type, and all the way to the bottom, show hidden characters. Because what we want to do, okay, and we're going to take a look at this, is we want to make sure that we have a text or a return, or in other words, a paragraph return, the ending of a paragraph for each and every paragraph, and not each and every line, because what can happen is this right here. Some PDFs gives you a return on every line, and that's a bad thing. Okay, so I'm going to undo that. All right. So it looks like we're in pretty good shape. If you look at it overall, if it is in alignment with what it is in here, we don't have the formatting here in InDesign yet, which we're going to do next, and we should be in good shape. Now, what I want to do is show you that in the directions, our next thing would be format the character attributes. And one of the things that we do is look at the formatting overall. Which area or what text do we have a lot of that is the same? And mainly it's our paragraphs. Okay, this. Okay, so we do have some directions. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see this little directions right here. Okay, and we've got actually the body copy right here, body copy, and it tells us the directions to the typeface and whatnot. Minion Pro Regular, 10 on 12. So that means I need to make sure that the font family is Minion Pro Regular, which right now that is actually the default. You could change it to something else if you really want to, but there's some things about it that are going to help us out. So if you stick with the same thing, we're on the same page. 10 would represent our type size, and then the / and 12 after it. 12 is going to be our leading. And okay, we need a space after 0.125 inches. That's actually a paragraph control. We're going to left indent 0.5 inches. First line indent -0.5 inches. Okay, turning off hyphenation. Well, first of all, let's just do the body copy itself, okay, and leave the formatting for the paragraphs after it, because our paragraph formatting is this space after, left indent, hyphenation, that kind of stuff. But Minion Pro Regular with a 10 on 12, that's what we want. So most of our project is set in the body copy. Most of it takes up the body copy. So I'm going to select everything. Okay, you can go to edit. No, it's type. Select all. Okay. Oh, here we go. Edit. Select all. Or you can use Command or Control A. Okay, select everything. Or click 5 times and we can go to Kansas from here. Anyways, if I got everything selected, what did we say that was? Minion Pro Regular. Okay. Yeah, we already have Minion Pro Regular. If you don't have Minion Pro, select something like perhaps Garamond, Adobe Garamond, or something of the sort. But this is the default, and most of your operating systems have that. Now the next thing was, if we click on the font size to get in here, I can type in, it was 10-point text, and since it's already point sizes, I can just put the 10 in there. I'm going to press the tab key because it gets me into the leading, and you can see it's already changed the size. Now it says 12, but I do like to actually make it not automatic. I want to make sure that it stays 12 point for sure. Okay. Now let's zoom out, see where we're at. Looking pretty good already. In the next video, I want to have us do some special things for our character formatting, and so we're going to follow the diagram.